What's going on, YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Batgirls #1. That's right, we finally got a Batgirls book. This thing came out last week, and I actually was pretty excited to read this thing because I've been saying for the longest time we really should get a Batgirls book. I mean, we have Batman has numerous books, Nightwing has something, Red Hood's had something, Damian's got a solo book going on there. We got like Urban Legends and the next Batman and I Am Batman, all these other titles. I'm like, all right, let's get something for the girls here. And so they got it all thrown together in a book titled Batgirls. This one's written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, I think. But this issue, if you're familiar with Becky Cloonan's other work, to me, my knowledge of her writing is Gotham Academy, which is a series I quite enjoyed. But that one's definitely more of a geared towards kids, kid-friendly, younger readers type storyline. And you can see those writing qualities implemented into this Batgirls book. This thing, the writing for Cass and Steph and Barbara definitely feels more in tune with something like a Gotham Academy instead of what's going on in the rest of the DC universe. Cass is definitely more talkative than I was kind of expecting going into this thing. They feel like much younger characters than I think what their ages should be. Weren't they last going off to college? Why do they feel like little preteen, really young teenage girls based on the way they're writing them? And this thing, Steph and Cass, I feel are so much older. Weren't they going off to college at the start of Rebirth? Or did their ages change too? I really don't understand the ages in terms of DC Comics anymore. What's canon to Rebirth? Really post Dark Knight's death metal, I feel the whole universe just doesn't make any sense anymore in terms of how some characters have miraculously just aged up and then some have aged down. Why are they kind of written like they're little young teenage girls when they should be kind of pushing towards young adulthood at this time? So if you're not into that, the way they're kind of written here, you may not be a big fan of this thing. But if I look at this as kind of a bit of an Elseworld storyline, that's something kind of more just upbeat and fun, it is a fun read. It definitely makes me think more of Gotham Academy. Almost in some ways kind of reminds me of the comedic style of Super Sons, although the writing I don't think is quite as strong or as funny as in Super Sons. And I think it worked better with Super Sons because John was a 10-year-old kid. It would make sense why he would be acting like this. The way Steph and Cass act in this thing, they act so much younger than what their ages should be. I'm these are young adults. Are they really getting this excited for sitting in bunk beds and all that? Have they been aged down? I don't know. It's just I have some issues with the way they're portrayed here. But if I look at it as an Elseworlds thing, I can appreciate it more. So with this thing, we got the villain Seer, who seemed a lot more threatening during the whole Magistrate Fear State thing. But Seer seems kind of like a teenager, almost like a young adult thing here. We see that Cass, Steph, and Babs have gotten their own little building here. Why they have such crappy headquarters, I guess it kind of deals with the fallout of the backup storylines. Was it Batman once 15, 16, and 17, I believe, were the issues where the Batgirl backup was, because in Batman 118, I believe, was the Williamson run when that started. So yes, they moved into their new place and they're both really ecstatic and excited about it. Barbara is getting them all situated. They're trying to worry about Seer, who can seemingly hack into a lot of things. Babs even gives them some walkie-talkies to communicate, which to me seems easier to kind of tap into than smartphones and all that, because anybody can hook up to a walkie-talkie frequency, but I guess they didn't really think about that. So yeah, it's all about being quirky, kind of fun, upbeat. You definitely have that with the art style going on here. Like I said, if you look at this as more of something in tune with Gotham Academy, I think you'll appreciate it more. But if you're looking for something a little bit more serious, you're not going to quite get that. Babs even gets them mopeds, and then they end up driving a car. They stop some goons and then there's other people who are kind of mind controlled. Kind of reminds me of the villain Spellbinder and Batman Beyond, if you've seen that thing. The way they're kind of hypnotized in that going on here. So we got that going on there. They eventually return back. Babs is this mom who's treating them like children, which, by the way, I still don't get why she's treating them like they're little kids when they should be a lot older. I don't know. That just kind of is a bit of a gripe for me. But Babs is basically the mom, the den mom or whatever going on here. So they go out and investigate. They think they see a body, and they try and contact Barbara, And then kind of afterwards, unfortunately, like I said, I was enjoying the issue for the most part. And then we get the reveal that just kind of annoyed me when we have these villains that show up. It's like, yes, call it in. Let your oracle know. The saints have risen and the magistrate will never die. Fuck! That was my exact words when I saw this final page here. I'm like, I thought we were done with the magistrate and Simon Saint. Get it away. That was the whole thing. We had like 30-something issues of Fear State and then like Future State and all that. I'm like, okay, we wrapped up that storyline. I'm excited to go in a new direction with this Seer character and all that other stuff. But no, the Saints, like, let the magistrate die. Nobody likes the magistrate. Just let it end already. So yeah, that's just kind of the way the issue ends. So yeah, like Batgirls issue number 1, it has some pros and it has some cons. Like I said, just the way like Babs kind of treats them, I don't know. Like I said, she treats them like they're little children. I'm like, what are they, like preteens or something? But they should be a lot older the way they're handled here. But they're, like I said, they're written like very young, hyper teenage girls. Like the hyper fangirls is like the way their writing kind of seems here. So the writing feels a little bit off to me. But like I said, if you're looking at this as more of an Elseworlds thing instead of like linked to the rest of the DC universe, because it feels so like it doesn't like sync up so well the way they're kind of written here. But it is kind of fun. It's kind of upbeat. It's harmless. So if you want something harmless and fun and kind of upbeat, I think Batgirls will be kind of up your alley. Something like tonally that's more geared towards younger readers. Like I said, a younger reader would pick this thing up and certainly enjoy the storyline here. But if you're an older reader and you're trying to like look at the characterization of Cass and Steph and you think it's going to be one way, you're going to probably come away a little bit disappointed and underwhelmed by what's going on here. So yeah, like I said, kind of like mixed vibes from me in terms of this Batgirls thing. But I guess going forward, I got to kind of look at this thing as an Elseworlds thing and just try to have fun with it. And if I do that, then I think I'll enjoy it more. And I think readers will kind of get that. The art style definitely fits the fun, upbeat tone that this thing is going for. And there's some issues I have here, like, why are we still doing the magistrate thing? I thought we were done with that nonsense. But the remnants of it are still around, and we got to deal with it. Ugh, get the magistrate out of here. No more. Go away. Like, okay, we got the Seer thing, which you did set up, but why the magistrate again? Like, get him away. I thought we just ended this. So yeah, I'm a little kind of like bummed with the reveal of the final page, but all things considered, I think, like I said, this is kind of harmless fun. So yeah, those are my quick thoughts on Batgirls number 1. I think I'll kind of enjoy the story more as it continues, but like I said, it's just kind of a little bit jarring when you first kind of get into it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Maybe you have different thoughts than me. Tell me them in the comments section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, and be sure to come back next time as I will be covering more issues. I think I got to cover I Am Batman and Catwoman. Those are the next 2 things I'm a little behind on. So once I get through those, then I think I should be all caught up. So I'll get those videos out tomorrow. All right, well, that's all I got to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.